Hello students. Today we are going to have a look at the third chapter of supplementary reading, and that is The Midnight Visitors. I'm sure that you are going to love this chapter because it deals mostly with thrill, excitement and some sort of adventure. So let's begin with a brief introduction. In introduction you can see that there is a secret agent whose name is Ozibel, and Ozibel is expecting to get a very important report. Now what is a report? A report is a complete detail of things that might have happened or something that is going to happen. So the report contains something which is very much important, and that report Ozibel is expecting means he is going to get on that day. Another secret agent, Max, threatens him with a pistol. So, this is a fight between two secret agents. There is another secret agent whose name is Max, and he is threatening Ozibel with a pistol in his hand, and he is demanding the report. Does Ozibel outwit him? Outwit means to win over someone with your brain and with your intelligence. Let's see what's in store in this chapter. Ossible did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. So in the first line, we see the introduction of two characters. The first character, as we have seen in introduction, was Ossible, and the another character is Fowler. So Ossible was not having any description of characteristics that one thinks a secret agent should have. Whenever we have an image or whenever we start thinking about someone who is a secret agent, we consider that person as very muscular, someone who is very intelligent, but a person who is not showing up himself how he is actually, a person who is lean, a person who is physically very fit. Now, Possible is not having that kind of characteristics of description. And like Fowler, we also have all these kinds of mindset that a secret agent has to be someone who is strong and stout. So whatever Fowler has ever read about a secret agent and how does a secret agent looks like, none of the description fits here to Possible. Following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Ossible had a room, Fowler felt let down. Now, Fowler, this person met Ossible thinking that he is a secret agent. So he would be able to learn so many things from him. But what happened? He felt let down. To feel let down means he was feeling disappointed. At which place he was feeling disappointed? Following him. So Ossible was walking and Fowler was following him. Where? Down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel. Okay, so there was a French hotel. So currently we can make out that they were living in any of the city in France. Now in that city, in any of the city of France where they were living, there was a hotel, and in that hotel there was a musty corridor. Musty corridor means a sort of corridor which is very stale or which does not smell good, which is not fresh. So the corridor was also not smelling good, and the hotel was very gloomy. The real meaning of gloomy is very sad, but when you find some place which is very dull and it is not good by looking, we consider that as gloomy. So the hotel where they were going to the corridors were not that much good. The hotel was not that much good. Where Ossible had a room. So Ossible had booked his room at such kind of hotel which is not smelling good, which is not looking good. And Fowler is following Ossible over there in the hotel room. It was a small room on the sixth and top floor. Okay, so where was the room? This room was in a French hotel, which was very gloomy hotel, and the room was on the sixth floor, and that was the topmost floor of the hotel. And scarcely a setting for a romantic adventure. Scarcely a setting for romantic adventure means you cannot expect that any kind of adventure is going to take place at this place. Why? Because the place was not having that kind of setting. Now, why the narrator is saying so? So, whenever we think of a secret agent getting an important report that night, so thinking about all these things, we consider there will be some kind of place where action is going to happen. Now, what kind of action can you expect in a small room of a French hotel on the sixth floor? So, yes, so there was no such kind of setting which can tell you that something interesting or something romantic adventure is going to happen. But still, we don't know. Anything can happen. So, this is a story. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Osibol was, for one thing, fat. Okay, so first thing about Osibol was that he was fat. Okay, the next sentence, very fat. Okay, he was not normally fat, but he was very fat. And then there was his accent. Accent means the way we speak, the way we pronounce our words. Okay, we know very well the people in India who speak English, their way of pronouncing the word is completely different from those people who live in America and speak English, to people who live in Britain and speak English. Okay, so the way we pronounce our words, the same words, people have different accent. In the same way, though we are living in Gujarat, we can find that people living in various areas of Gujarat or various regions of Gujarat have a different accent of speaking Gujarati language. Okay. So the problem with Osibal was, first thing, that he was very fat, and another thing was that he has a very typical accent. Now, why he was so? Though he spoke French and German passively. Passively here means sufficiently. Okay, he knows sufficiently how to speak French language and how to speak German language. He spoke that very sufficiently, enough way. He had never altogether lost the American accent. Okay, so in reality, Osibal was having his American accent. Okay, he was a person who was very good in American English. But then he has learned French language and also German language. He can speak French and German language very well, but in that speaking, one can still feel that there was an accent of America. Like you have also seen the way Gujaratis speak English. When Gujarati people are speaking English, we can still find that the accent of speaking English is having some sort of uh, effect of Gujarati language or accent. So from where he had got this accent, so American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. Brought to Paris. Okay, so currently they are in which city of France? France, they are in Paris. And Osibel has brought this accent, this American accent to Paris. From which city of America? Boston. And from since how many years he is here? He is here since 20 years. So 20 years ago, he was in Boston in America. And from there, he brought his accent, that is American accent, here in Paris. Now, though he has learned French and German language sufficiently, still that American accent that he used in Boston when he was staying there 20 years ago, still that accent could be felt in his speaking of French and German. So two things, Osibel was very fat and Osibel had a typical accent that was speaking French and German but with American accent. Next. Here comes the dialogue. You are disappointed. Okay, you are disappointed. Who is saying this? Possible. Possible said wheezily over his shoulder. Wheezily means taking very deep breath. Okay, this happens with those people who are very fat. You might have also noticed those people who have huge fat in their stomach, or those people who have a lot of weight. They are not able to walk even properly, and they breathe very heavily. Whenever they breathe, the person sitting next can hear very clearly. So he was breathing very heavily, possible. And while breathing easily, he was talking to whom? He was talking to Fowler, Fowler. Said easily over his shoulder. His here is Fowler. Okay, so he was reaching to the shoulder of Fowler, and over there he told him like this: you are disappointed. Why? You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy dealing in espionage and danger. So see, you were told. Okay? So Possibly is telling Fowler that you were told about me that I was a secret agent. Okay, someone told you that I am a secret agent, I am a spy, and I'm dealing in espionage. Espionage means spying, spying others. So I'm dealing with the work of spying people and spying others and danger. Okay, so that is a part of my life. Okay, someone might have told you that I'm a secret agent, I am a spy, I deal with spying and I deal with danger. You wished to meet me because you are a writer, young and romantic. So here comes the point, and remember very well, who is Fowler? Fowler is a writer. He is young and he is romantic. Now, romantic in the sense we are not talking about a relationship romance, but in ancient, but during the time of romantic age, or in literature, it is said that romanticism or romantic things are also related to those things which are imaginable. Okay, when we are doing imagination and when we are thinking about those things which are fiction, which are not real, or something which gives us pleasure, those things are also called romantic. Okay, so Possible is telling Fowler right now that you decided to meet me because someone told you that I am a secret agent, I am a spy, I am dealing with all kinds of dangers in spying. So you thought of meeting me. Why? Because you are a writer and you are also young and you are romantic. So you thought, no, if you stay with me, you're going to get a good story. But you envision mysterious figures in the night. So whenever you thought about me or whenever you thought about meeting me, what things that you had in your mind? You might be envisioning. Envisioning means thinking. What you might be seeing or thinking, mysterious figures. Figures here means people. Mysterious people means those people whom you do not know. So you might be thinking some mysterious figures in the night, means some mysterious unknown people will come and meet me in the night time. The crack of pistols means there will be some firing, someone might be blowing the pistols. The crack of pistols means sound of pistols. Drugs in the wine. This is what we have seen in the movies, right? In the movies, we see that there are secret agents and someone through cheat or through tricks put drugs in the wine of secret agents or drugs in the wine of a suspect or a victim. So these all things we have learned in the movies. So Osibal is saying that you came to meet me thinking that you will find such kind of adventures when you are with me, like someone who is very mysterious will come and give me something in the night time. Someone will be blowing pistols, so there will be sound of pistols, there will be drugs put in the wine. So you had all these kinds of vision in your mind before you met me. Instead, that is, these were your visions. But instead that, what you got apart from that, instead of that, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy fat man. Okay, so he was thinking that Fowler might have thought about Ossible that I will be able to see how spies work or how they tackle the things, how pistols are used, how mysterious people come and meet. But instead, what he is seeing that this man Ossible is spending a dull evening in a French music hall. There is a French music hall, that means a music hall where the music concerts are going on. So they were there in France and they were attending a musical function and with a sloppy fat man. Now, who is this sloppy fat man? Possible himself. So, sloppy means someone who is very casual, very careless, someone who does not care about the things around. He was not very cautious. Who, instead of having messages slipped into his hand by dark eyed beauties. Okay. So, what Fowler might be thinking about possible that when we will be sitting in a hall, what will happen? A dark-eyed beauty. So here they're talking about girls who have very dark eyes and who are very beautiful. So beautiful dark-eyed girls will come and they will slip into his hand a message. This is what we have seen in movies. When secret agents are sitting in a bar or in a hall, a girl comes and gives them a chit in the hand in which some message is written. So he thought that someone will come and give a message in the hand of Ossible while they are watching when they are in the music hall. But nothing that sort of happened. He instead what he is getting, he gets only a project telephone calls. Project means very dull, boring, something that happens every day. That is project. Okay, project telephone call making an appointment in his room. Okay, so see, Fowler was thinking that some beautiful girl will come, and that beautiful girl will come and give message to Possible because he's a secret agent, as he has seen in movies or read in books. But this did not happen. Instead, what happened? Instead, Possible just got a phone call, a routine call that someone is coming to meet him in the room. That's it. You have been bored. Yes, you have been bored being with me. There is no action, there is no adventure. The fat man chuckled to himself. Chuckled means to laugh. Okay, so the fat man was laughing on his own. So we have seen in the beginning that he was talking to Fowler. Okay, you might be disappointed, you might be thinking what kind of life I would be having, but see me, I have such a dull life. So he started laughing. And we know very well that where they were going on the sixth floor of a French hotel and they were walking in the corridor and from the corridor they were entering into the room. So now they have reached outside their room and at this time Ozible is opening the door. So he unlocked the door, means he opened the lock of the door of his room and stood aside. Okay, he stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. Now who is this guest? This guest is Fowler. And Fowler is frustrated. Why? Because he was expecting some kind of adventure, but nothing interesting is happening. So he was very frustrated. So yes, but Osable opened the door, and what is the first thing he did? He asked Fowler to go inside. So you go inside, okay? And this way, Fowler was the first person to go inside the room. I hope you understand till here. Moving next, you are disillusioned. So at the time when Fowler was entering inside, at that time at the door, Osable is telling something to Fowler. Now what is that? He is saying that you are disillusioned. Disillusion again means you are disappointed. Disillusion means whatever thoughts you had, all these thoughts are not in real. So you face the reality. So that thing is called disillusion. In short, here he is disappointed. So Osable again tells Fowler that you are disillusioned, that you are disappointed, but take cheer. Take cheer means be happy, my young friend. Presently, you will see a paper, a quite important paper for which several men and women have risked their lives. Okay? So, Osable is giving him some kind of adventure by saying that presently, means now as we are going, you will see a paper. A paper will be that, and that paper is quite important. It is an important paper. Why? Because there are several men and there are women who have risked their lives. Okay, risked their lives means they have risked their lives. Someone might have given their lives just to get that paper. And he says, come to me, means come inside, let us see. Someday soon, that paper may well affect the course of history. See, the paper is so important that he is saying that one day in history you will find that this paper is going to make a lot of effect. Okay, so that paper is so much important that when years will pass by, at that time when you look behind, you will come to know, okay, this paper was so much important. And that thought is drama. Is there not? So now he is asking Fowler, just thinking about that thing, that paper is so important that it might change our history, or that paper is so important that when you move ahead in life, you will think, okay, in history, that paper was so important. Now, when you think about this, do you think there is some kind of drama? Some kind of drama means, don't you expect some kind of excitement will come? So this is what Osable is telling Fowler, just to cheer him up, we might say. The next, as he spoke, Osable closed the door behind him. So they were going inside. Who was the first person to enter? Fowler. So Fowler entered and Osable was behind him. Osable entered and Osable closed the door. Then he switched on the light. Okay, so when Fowler entered, the room was dark. Fowler entered, Osable entered behind him. Osable closed the door and then he switched on the light. And as the light came on, Fowler had his first authentic thrill of the day. As soon as the lights were on, Fowler got what? First authentic thrill of the day. Authentic means real. Thrill means some kind of excitement. So Fowler was waiting for some kind of thrill or excitement for the whole day. So here right now he got his first thrill of the day. Why? What happened? What was there inside the room? For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand stood a man. Okay, so half across the room. So means supposing this much is the room. Now here is the door. Only halfway to the room means this much. There was standing a man who was having an automatic pistol in his hand. He was standing over there. And here was who? Here was Fowler, and behind Fowler was Osable. Osable blinked a few times, okay, because it was complete darkness. They had just switched on the light. After switching on the light, they can see that someone is standing there with a pistol. So Osable was blinking his eyes to think or to find out who that person is. Max, he wheezed. Wheeze means that we know already now. Wheeze means to breathe very heavily. So with high breath, he said, Max, you gave me quite a start. You gave me quite a start means you surprised me or you shocked me. Okay, so you gave me quite a start. Start means to get amazed, means to get shocked. Okay? So he tells Max that you scared me. You gave me a startling feeling. I thought you were in Berlin. It's Osable is telling Max that I thought that you were in Berlin. What are you doing here in my room? Okay, what's going on? What are you doing here in my room? So Osable knows this man Max who is sitting inside the room. And Max is pointing pistol at Fowler and Osable, both of them. And Osable is telling him that I'm afraid that you gave us a start. You suddenly came. And he said, I thought that you were not here, you were in burning. Now he's asking, what are you doing here in my room? What's the purpose of you coming into my room right now? There is a So I hope you have understood till here, and we will continue the rest of the chapter in our next video.